Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. Quality security systems are innovative. They offer advanced technological solutions. They protect and secure your home or office. It can be monitored, controlled from a central hub that runs right to your tablet or your smartphone, so you're always connected to your home or your business. Well, Safety Systems delivers all of that with their security systems, and they've been doing it for more than 2 decades. Call VFL JJ Surlis and the team at Safety Systems to take care of your home, your business, and their security system, or for that matter, your automation. They do a great job with that. Everything. You can get to safetysystems.com and find out about all the services they offer. I've used them for years. I guarantee if you use them once, you'll use them again and again. Safety Systems. Okay, kind of a quick segment here. First, I'll warn you. I'm going to ask a question. You aren't going to know you're going to give me your thoughts on it, but I've already pulled the numbers. So this is one of the, I love it when Jimmy's here because these bother him. But I'm going to get you to say something, and then I'll throw out the answer and prove you wrong or right. The Vols they've had a clunker or two on the road in the last couple of years since Josh Heupel's arrived here. The first year they didn't have any big clunkers, but the last two, you had the South Carolina game where it just went south. Don't know that was the offense, though. Missouri went south last year. Florida went south. Whether that's the crowd noise or just the offense or whatever, it's had a couple of those things, and people worry about, on the road with this offense. So my question is, you've got Oklahoma, Arkansas, Georgia, and Vandy on the road this year. Should Vol fans be more worried about road woes than any other SEC fans out there? Vince, you want to talk?
Yeah, I say no because none of them really fit the profile of some of those disappointing losses from before, right? I mean, if they lose to Oklahoma, and some people already think that. Some people have them, Oklahoma rated ahead of Tennessee, so that's not going to be a big clunker. Then you have, obviously, Georgia as well. So the teams are either really good or really bad. Like Vanderbilt, Arkansas, that would be a horrific loss if you lose to one of those on the road. So
I'm not sure Arkansas would be horrific. Vanderbilt would.
You're not worried about a road loss then? You're not worried any more than anybody else in terms of going on the road with this offense?
Not in terms of a shocker. I mean, because they could lose on the road, but I don't think it would be a shocker.
And I'm just sitting here thinking, well, there's some great home field advantages in the SEC.
Okay, I got us off track by mentioning the 4 schools. The question is, should Vol fans be concerned about this offense going on the road in the SEC?
I would be. I just think we've seen stretches where it goes from bad to worse. I know all teams can struggle on the road because it's so hard to win. But when you have that non-competitive stretch at Florida after you score the first touchdown, you're not competitive in several situations. So, yeah, I think you should be concerned.
100%. Yes, you should. I watched your team, and I think it's about the players, not so much the system necessarily. But we saw Missouri game laid down, Florida game laid down, Alabama game in the second half. You could taste the panic whenever they had the botched kickoff return. So I think the players are my concern on the road, this specific grouping of players.
I'm going to go no. I don't think this offense is a concern on the road.
Okay. We got a couple of yays, a couple of nays. Let's go to the graphic. Over the last 3 years, the school with the biggest drop-off from home to road with offensive scoring is Mississippi State. 0.3 points better than them, Tennessee. You are 13 points worse on the road than at home. Now, what I did here, if you go back and add up all the games, the average will be a little different. I took the average points per game at home, average points per game on the road for each season, for each of those teams. Then I averaged the season numbers together. It's easier than going back through every game for every team for the last 3 years, but still, it's a pretty good ballpark. So Tennessee, much to my surprise, actually, I didn't expect them to have that big of a drop-off. From home to road, they are 13 points worse.
Yes.
Mississippi State is worse than that. LSU, interestingly, is next worse. Arkansas actually isn't that bad. They're the best, but that's because their offense just sucks anyway.
Yeah, but you look at South Carolina. Outside of South Carolina, those bottom 5, the most wide-open offenses in the SEC. So is there an issue with having an open offense and then going on the road?
With the exception of LSU, you're saying?
Yeah, well, with South Carolina. LSU had a very wide-open offense last year.
Well, that's true last year, yeah. Well, and that was just Kelly's second year.
Yeah.
So that goes back to the last year of, Edward Orgeron? Was Orgeron before Kelly? Yeah.
Well, Mississippi State, they've had so many different variations within
Well,
one season.
here's the thing, though. The one that stands out, you also had two of those were the Mike Leach system, which I would put, it's different than what Heupel runs, but there are some similarities, not in the style, but just in the overall, it is a wide open, well, as you said, wide open offense. Those are the two, and they rank 1, 2 at the bottom.
Yep.
I just like to say
surprised?
I actually had the right answer, but I was trying to guess which one so I wouldn't be humiliated later.
And the thing is, I have another graphic with different numbers.
Yeah, really, so it didn't matter, yeah.
You're going to be wrong either way.
Fake news. All right, when we come back, let's compare the types of teams that have been coming to Neyland Stadium now versus the types of teams that were coming to Neyland Stadium, let's say 20 years ago. Let's take a look at how Tennessee is scheduling non-conference-wise, and then we will lay out for you how they should be scheduling non-conference-wise. Yeah, and then you can hate it. Come on back.